Well, good morning, everybody, and we again want to thank all of you for coming. And it's always good news now. We've had the commissioner here in October, so we knew that was good news, and we've got good news today as well with the commissioner joining us. To lead off this event, I would first like to welcome and recognize a few individuals that are with us here today. As I mentioned, the Major League Baseball Commissioner, Rob Manfred, our Major League Baseball Chief Operating Officer, Tony Petitti, Indians ownership, Paul Dolan, Senator Matt Dolan, and John Sherman. Honorable Mayor of the City of Cleveland, Frank Jackson, Cuyahoga County Executive, Armin Budish, the President and CEO of the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission and Destination Cleveland, David Gilbert, Indians Manager, Terry Francona, Indians Hall of Famer and current first base coach Sandy Alomar Jr., Indians Hall of Famer and former manager Mike Hargrove, Indians Hall of Famer and home run king Jim Thome, Indians pitching great and owner of the perfect game Lenny Barker, Indians All-Star and former American League Cy Young Award winner Corey Kluber, the Senior Vice President of Advocacy of the Greater Cleveland Partnership, Marty McCann, the President of the Cleveland City Council, Kevin Kelly, and representing Downtown Cleveland Alliance, Heather Holmes, and also Indian senior leadership and our broadcast partners from Sportstime Ohio and iHeartMedia. And without further ado, I would like to welcome the 10th Commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, with a special statement.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be back here in Cleveland on a snowy day, and we do, in fact, have what I regard to be good and really exciting news. Major League Baseball has awarded the 2019 All-Star Game to Cleveland, the City of Cleveland, and the Cleveland Indians. The 2019 game is going to be a special game. It will be the 90th All-Star Game. We regard that to be quite a milestone, and it will be the 6th All-Star Game that's been held here in Cleveland. I want to congratulate and thank Paul Dolan, John Sherman, the entire Indians group, and of course the City of Cleveland and the municipal groups that were involved on putting together a great bid for the All-Star Game. I'm vaguely aware that they play other sports here in Cleveland. But we were here in October for the World Series, and I know one thing for sure, that Cleveland's a baseball town, and it'll be a great host for the Midsummer Classic. The All-Star Game is the premier event of the summer. We think of it as a 5-day celebration of the greatest game in the world. We'll kick it off with a great fan fest here in Cleveland, and there'll be 3 great nights in the ballpark at Progressive Field. The Sirius XM Futures game and the Taco Bell Celebrity Softball game on Sunday, and then, of course, the Home Run Derby on Monday and the actual All-Star Game on Tuesday. Most important, the All-Star Game gives Major League Baseball an opportunity to give back to communities and to fans. There will be literally millions of dollars of legacy projects left behind after the All-Star Game in Cleveland. All of them will be youth-focused. In closing, I want to congratulate the Dolans, John Sherman, and everybody involved with this bid on securing the 2019 All-Star Game, and I can pledge to you that Major League Baseball will deliver for you a great event here in Cleveland.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for coming out. It's always a great day for baseball here at Progressive Field, but now this might not be the greatest day for baseball outside of the field, but it's certainly a great day in our baseball history, so thanks for coming. I particularly want to thank the commissioner and his team coming in from New York. If we've learned anything, it's a great day for the Cleveland Indians and a great day for Cleveland baseball when the commissioner is in town. We enjoyed his time with us in October and November last year, and we look forward to seeing a lot of him in the next few years. We're particularly grateful, though, for why he's here today. bringing the 90th All-Star Game to Cleveland. So thank you, Commissioner Manfred, and to your team for bringing it here. We look forward to helping stage one of the greatest All-Star Games in baseball history. With that, I would also like to thank some of those who made it happen. First, starting with our city leaders, Mayor Jackson, County Executive Budish. Your teams were instrumental in making this happen, so thank you. David Gilbert, you and the Sports Commission, thank you very much for your leadership in putting this together. This didn't happen overnight. We've been at this for a few years, and they put a lot of work into this, so appreciate that. Also, our partners at Gateway were instrumental in making this happen, so we thank them. And last but certainly not least, the taxpayers of Cuyahoga County, since this is going to take place in their building, so we want to express our gratefulness to them. It's an important moment for our community. We're on a bit of a roll here. The RNC occurred last summer, and that was the culmination of a great revitalization of this community. But we need to keep the momentum going. We heard last night at the Sports Commission dinner all the great things that are coming. We're glad the 2019 All-Star Game will continue the great momentum we have here in the city of Cleveland. We're also, as you might imagine, rather excited about our team. We had a great year last year, and we look forward to keeping that momentum going into next year. So we hope to have the commissioner back again in October and November, adding to the rich heritage of this club, which goes back to 1901, as you all know. And among other things, I learned, frankly, today, this is the 6th time that we will host an All-Star Game in Cleveland. I believe that is the most of any single club, and is the most times that any individual city that has one club has hosted. So we can see ourselves somewhat as the all-star city. And we certainly have all-stars in our midst, and I want to recognize them. Alumni of All-Star Games played here in the past. And I'll start with Lenny Barker, who played the 1981 All-Star Game, the year that he pitched that perfect game that 500,000 people watched at the old Municipal Stadium. And then we also have Mike Hargrove, who we honored last night for a Lifetime Achievement Award, who coached in that 97 All-Star Game, and then Jim Thome is here. Jim, we honored last year, inducting him into the Cleveland Indians Hall of Fame. That was a prelude to another ceremony that's coming a few hundred miles east of here soon. And then lastly, with respect to All-Star alumni, I have to my right Sandy Alomar, whose home run in the 97 All-Star Game remains one of the greatest moments in our franchise history. So, when we gather in 2019 for the All-Star Game, it'll mark the 25th anniversary of this ballpark. We've spent a lot of energy and effort renovating it, making sure that it remains and will be in the 25th year of its existence still one of the great ballparks in the game. We are extraordinarily proud of it and look forward to sharing it with the world again. And to that end, I want to recognize that the reason why we have this ballpark and the reason why it is what it is because of a public-private partnership that created this ballpark and continues to keep it amongst the highest levels in professional sport. So thank you again to the voters of Cuyahoga County who've helped make this one of the great venues in sport. The payback we'll see in 2019. In 1997, the economic impact having the All-Star Game was approximately $40 million. We anticipate in 2019 the economic impact to the community will be $60 to $65 million. So these are the kind of things that we as a community need to generate, and we're proud to be able to deliver an important event like this. But it's about more, though, than the economics. An All-Star Game will allow us both to focus on the things that we already do in the community to serve particularly our young people. And with an All-Star Game, it will bring both MLB and other resources to the table to add to what we do in this community so that baseball can continue to serve our young people. So with that, I'm old enough to not want to rush to 2019. I think there's a lot of good things that will happen between now and 2019, but we very much look forward to hosting the baseball world again here in Cleveland in 2019, and with Major League Baseball delivering a great All-Star game. With that, I want to turn the podium over to the Manager of the Year, maybe the MVP. I think I'm turning it over to you, Tito.
You weren't supposed to.
I wasn't supposed to? I think maybe I was.
Unprepared comes to the first thought to my mind. Suffice to say, I'll be rather short. I would say, though, that hearing this announcement, knowing that it doesn't come at the drop of a, it takes a lot of time and hard work, and I'm sure the people that are sitting right here and here are genuinely mostly responsible for it. So for Paul and John and everybody associated with the Indians, and then especially the people of Cleveland, I think this is going to be such a great thing to celebrate. I only hope I can be part of it, because that means good things happen with the Indians. But it's such a celebration of baseball, and for the city of Cleveland to be a part of that and to show off a little bit what we're all about, I think is going to be fabulous. Thank you.
As a player, that was a fantastic event to have a chance to be part of the All-Star Game in your own background, and just being part of the game was good enough, but to have the chance to perform in the game and win the MVP, it was a surreal moment. And the chance that I had to celebrate with my son on the field, that was even better. So this is about the kids, man. This is about bringing the attention to the kids of baseball, and for the city of Cleveland and for the growth. So hopefully, like Tito said, I'll be part of the staff too. So it is a very important moment for the city of Cleveland. Thank you very much.
Thank you, gentlemen. And now we are going to open it up here for some questions, but we do have a young lady that's going to be going around with the microphone, so we will point you out, and then if you could wait till the microphone is by you so everyone can hear your question. We'll start right here, please.
PJ Ziegler with Fox 8 News. PJ Ziegler with Fox 8 News. This question is for the commissioner. What enticed you guys to bring the All-Star Game here to Cleveland? What was there a specific event or specific thing that drew you back to the city?
Well, there's a lot of things that go into putting together a great All-Star Game bid. I think probably the most important single issue was the great partnership between the Indians and the city of Cleveland and the county. We felt that this particular bid showed a commitment throughout the community, not only the club, of making a great event, and I think that was probably the single most important factor.
Jordan?
Jordan Baskin at MLB.com for the commissioner. How much of a role did sort of the renovations that they've done here over the last several years sort of play into this decision as well?
Well, one of the things that is important for the All-Star Game is that we have a facility that we feel showcases the game and the great facilities that we have in our 30 markets, and certainly Progressive Field is one of those. We also take into account, when we're selecting All-Star Game sites, the city and taxpayer support that goes into keeping facilities like this one absolutely first class. I was saying that I walked in with John Sherman. This ballpark is one that's really stood the test of time, and it is an important factor in awarding a game.
Any other hands up there? Hoynesy? Come on.
Commissioner Paul Hoynes from Cleveland.com. I was wondering what you thought of the All-Star Game no longer being tied to home field advantage for the World Series.
Well, I think that the change eliminating the rule that home field advantage is awarded based on the outcome of the All-Star Game has been very positively received throughout baseball. I think that last year's World Series probably pointed out something uneasy about a team winning 103 games and not having home field advantage. I'm confident that with or without this rule, our All-Star Game will be a great competitive event.
We like the way the rule worked.
Other questions up there? No one? Want to make sure, last chance? Okay. Folks, thank you so much for coming. Again, we want to thank the Commissioner for coming from New York and all of you for joining us today. And Commissioner, we'll see you in October. All right.